beginning in verse 10, we see the terror that this instills in the Israelites. It says, when Pharaoh drew near, the children of Israel lifted their eyes, and behold, the Egyptians marched after them. So they were very afraid, and the children of Israel cried out to the Lord. Then said to Moses, because there were no graves in Egypt, you have taken us away to die in the wilderness. Why have you so dealt with us to bring us out of Egypt? Is this not the word that we told you in Egypt, saying, let us alone that we may serve the Egyptians? For it would have been better for us to serve the Egyptians than that we should die in the wilderness. And so all of a sudden you're like, oh, we never really wanted to be free. We'd rather you just bring out here so we can die. Aren't there graves, places to bury us in Egypt? And so, wish we had never done this. And so, they make recriminations against Moses. They complain. Israel is facing a test, are they not? They've brought out of Egypt. They've made their way. They've begun their journey to the promised land. And things have gone fairly smooth up to this point. Even though there's a little maybe bewilderment. Why are we going this way? Why aren't we going the right way? But here's a test of faith in the wilderness. Maybe their first great test of that faith. They did not understand what God was doing, nor did they really trust Him. They didn't have faith. They didn't have faith that God told them He would bring them into the promised land, a land that flowed with milk and honey. They didn't believe, apparently. Their faith is being tested. Their difficulties, you think about their situation, their difficulties and discouragement kept increasing. Remember, all throughout the time that Moses was dealing with Pharaoh, every time, oftentimes, Pharaoh made the burden even harder. So once they began to try to bring God's people out of Egypt, it immediately got harder for them. And so each time these various plagues that were brought on, each time Pharaoh's heart is hardened. And so it must have been very discouraging. And now they've gone off on this journey, and they're not even headed towards the promised land. And so, maybe they're just waiting for the other shoe to drop. Everything's been going smooth. Sometimes when things are going well, don't we get that pessimistic view that, sooner or later it's going to come and there's going to be a problem. And so maybe that's what they're thinking. And so here they are, and it appears that the other shoe is about to come down on them with a vengeance. And their faith is in grave danger. So will it fail or will it triumph? Really, the choice was theirs.